Well, hello, my YouTube family everywhere. Thank you so much for coming on over. This is Jason, the Canadian YouTube creator, also known as Jason Cosmic RSSP Authority. As I always say, because it's so important, right? RSSP stands for Real Secret Space Program. Way up there in space. And I get teased here in Canada, as I said in my last video at times, you know, my loving mother and other people, my friends, sometimes they remind me, of course, that RSSP is basically a retirement savings plan here in Canada, guys. But my lifetime goal is to try to penetrate this black budget technology for us, my friends. And I got a great video for you today. That's right. We're going to do part 2 on the CIA puppet. Before I tell you who it is, though, just a quick reminder, guys. I hope you'll subscribe to my channel, particularly if you enjoy my videos. Hopefully you'll give me the thumbs up, of course. Feel free to leave a comment, guys. I appreciate the engagement. I read comments. I know with your help, guys, we can grow this channel finally. You know, YouTube is not promoting my videos seemingly very well. As I said in the last video, you know, is it because my videos are too long? Certainly that doesn't help at times, you know, until you grow your channel substantially. You know, always when you do longer videos, it's hard to get more views, right? But these topics are so involved, I feel like sometimes you need to have a little bit longer videos. Apparently the sweet spot's between 8 minutes, 16 minutes. So anyway, we're going to try to make a little bit shorter video today, guys. But I want to expose somebody, my friends. Again, I hope you guys will subscribe. Anyway, I want to expose this CIA dirty player, guys. He is absolutely, as I said in the last video, he is absolutely a CIA dirty player, my friends. And we have got to shun this guy. You know, a few people in the alternative community have done it. The likes of Dark Journalist, my buddy Joe from the Carolinas. Hi, Joe. Joe and I, by the way, guys, Joe and I did an epic, powerful live stream. I've said this before. I think one of the most electrifying, powerful live streams possibly ever done. I'll put that link hopefully in the description, as I usually do. You guys could check it out, okay? We talked about the Real Secret Space Program, that's right. But we didn't talk about the CIA necessarily, and yet Joe seemingly got censored after we did our live stream. Would you believe YouTube would not let him do another live stream for at least 3 months? That's right. They claimed he violated community standards on a gardening video. And yet the last gardening video prior to our live stream was over 3 years ago, guys. Yeah, or no, over a year ago, pardon me. I mean, it's just crazy. Something suspicious happened, Joe and I both think. But you know what? I know there's still good people on YouTube. We got to use these platforms respectively to get the truth out, my friends, because you're going to see in this video that the governments, of course, distort reality often every which way, particularly on lamestream media. That's right. But my friends, again, my lifetime goal is to penetrate this black budget technology for us, guys. And you see these two vehicles? Of course, who's the prime contractor for the TR-3B, the amazing exotic black budget technology? It's Lockheed Martin. And of course, the F-35, Lockheed Martin. Scamming taxpayers, though, guys. Absolutely. So let's get into it, my friends. This is free energy we're talking about, and you're going to see a brief clip. Oh, I forgot this guy was behind me. Did you see him while I was talking? This is who we're going to talk about today, my friends, in just a moment. Loue Elizondo, fat-faced CIA puppet. Loue Elizondo, now retired. Oh, man, does this guy vex my soul. If you guys watched my previous video, part 1, you'll know why. And hopefully in this video, you'll know why too, guys. So important to shun this guy. So he's on Fox News, guys. The last video I did, I believe he was on CNN, right? He's all over the airwaves, bringing up, as you'll see, guys, he hyperbolizes, as I always say, sensationalizes the vague uncertainty of UFOs, right? And you guys are I'm gonna give you guys my hardcore assessment of what's really going on and why they're putting this idiot, because he is being an idiot. Elizondo, you know it, man. You're selling your soul, Loue Elizondo. I truly believe that to the public. This guy's lying and deceiving you guys, sending you disinformation. After all, he is former CIA. We can't trust the CIA. Most of the elements of the CIA, we know that, right, guys? We got to wake up. Anyway, so they're showing what they call the Tic Tac UFO all over corporate media, particularly the last year or two, right? I showed you guys in the last video. So just here's this thing. They give you the worst coverage. I gotta laugh, guys, right? It's so outrageous. The Tic Tac UFO they call. You know, and they won't tell you, of course, pilots. So pilots are chasing this thing. They tell you that. But they don't tell you pilots have been chasing UFOs for decades. And why wouldn't they choose like a flying saucer, which is, you know, we know it's the most common shapey UFO. Anybody who's half awake on this issue, right? And then you got your black triangles, which have been really in vogue the last several decades, guys, right? I don't have the picture of the triangle. Anyway, so let's play this ad, guys, briefly. So important. And look, to the Stars Academy of Arts of Science, guys. Oh, I got to pause it right there. Before Elizondo comes on, guys, I noticed on Fox News, and I believe CNN too, guys. I know one of them. Either Fox News, they've done it twice, or I think it was CNN, my friends. They got To the Stars Academy on the screen, literally. And I think it'll come up To the Stars Academy. Yeah, right here. It's over here too, guys. And then they'll take it off the screen at some point on Fox News probably, and then they'll flash it again. It's subliminal advertising, guys. It's a scam. We know To the Stars Academy is a whole Lockheed Martin CIA op. You know, a marketing merchandise scheme. Remember, they had Tom DeLonge, the burned out rock star, you know, as the front man. I've talked about the TTSA before, guys. This is so much fun, my friends, and it's so important to shun these ridiculous CIA puppets, guys. And Tom DeLonge, of course, is just a burned out rock star that they chose to distract the public as well, you know, for this marketing merchandise scheme. So this is what, just to give you guys an idea of the dirty games that corporate media is playing, okay? This is the kind of reality they want to dole out to the public, including bringing on Fat-Face Elizondo in a minute. We'll hear what he's got to say.
Program now says the existence of UFOs have been proved beyond reasonable doubt.
Well, no kidding.
Thank you.
No kidding, UFOs are real. It's trillions of dollars of hardware, military UFOs. We'll get into that in a moment, guys. The proper term, military UFO.
Defense Department's Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program. It wasn't about UFO hunters. You were looking for explanations to things that were unexplained.
Yes, that's correct, Mr. Velshi.
Mr. Velshi, yes, that is correct. Oh, he's so professional, Luis Elizondo, isn't he? So personable using the guy's name. God, I know I'm being cynical, guys, and critical, but I think hopefully when you listen to me throughout this video, guys, and you've watched my other videos, hopefully you will agree and understand why I'm being so critical, particularly these individuals, my friends, and the way they speak, what they're saying, and just as importantly, guys, what they don't say, the likes of Elizondo in particular. Now, I'm just studying this, guys. I've only watched this clip myself, to myself about once or twice, but they say close encounters, of course, right? And they never tell you that he's CIA. I mean, we know he admitted he's former CIA. He's retired now. And even Walter Bosley, who's worked for intelligence services, he even surmises that he's most likely a CIA contractor, of course. And he's doing it because probably partly because he's got a big ego. And he's probably getting paid, though, by the CIA. Reason, logic, common sense, guys, right? He's hired for perception management, no doubt about it, okay? And former head of Pentagon's Advanced Aerospace Aerial Threat Identification Program, right? What do they call it? The short form? AAI TIP or something? I mean, guys, they always try to put out a threat out there, right? This isn't a threat. This is the actual defense contractors doing a PSYOP showing the Tic Tac UFO to, you know, the regular part chain of the military. You know, as I say, the Navy and the Air Force, right, guys? And I want you to remember one thing, my friends. We'll play Elizondo more in a moment. This is so vital, guys, to know this, okay? This is real reality. And Michael Schratt, my buddy, the great aircraft aerospace historian, he'll tell you the same thing, my friends. Just keep an eye on the time. It is the mandate of the CIA, the NSA, the NRO, the intelligence community, and I would add that means, of course, the Air Force and the Navy. It is the mandate of them to lie, deny, and deceive, guys, at the expense of American taxpayers. Never forget that. And Michael Schratt knows it. Bill Scott, former editor of, Rocky Mountain, I believe, Space Technology magazine, who's more connected, publicly to the aerospace companies than anybody. He'll tell you the same thing, guys. This is their mandate, man. And you see their behavior, guys. They do it all the time. Hoodwinking and lying and blurring the truth, using psyops, orchestrated strategic distractions, CIA puppets to try to distract and lie to you guys and deceive you, like Loue Elizondo and other guys. Even Chris Hadfield, my Canadian astronaut, guys, he's now retired. And I truly believe he is working for the CIA. And I've done videos on Chris Hadfield, the dork I described. We'll do him again, my friends, because he's lying to the public, unfortunately, guys. I truly believe that. Pumping up rockets. Are you kidding me? What a disgrace. We're way past rockets. Anyway, don't get me started on rockets, guys. So here's Loue Elizondo. I just wanted to briefly tell you guys, don't be confused about just because he works for the AA tip program. Don't be confused when you got the word threat in there, guys. It's all to deceive and lie to you. This is not a threat per se right now. Okay? It's buried within the defense contractors, guys. This is why I get so exasperated. He knows it. He knows it's military UFOs, guys. And we got to use that correct term, military UFOs. And I'll tell you why, hopefully, later in the video, guys. So I know you want to hear, what has he got to say? What's he going to spout off?
Phenomena that were flying around our military aircraft and our locations.
Yeah, your regular military.
Enough data where we could make some positive analysis and identify what these things were.
Well, of course. Okay. If it's true, guys, that maybe he did collect data in his department, right? But what he doesn't tell you, what he fails to tell you, guys, and he absolutely, Elizondo will know this, my friends. He is not that stupid. He's actually a fairly intelligent man. He's got, he talks like though a typical CIA operative, if you know what to look for, guys. The double speak. Even Walter Bosley knows that. Walter Bosley's been invited on Dark Journalist. I watched those guys' interviews months ago, and it was pretty enlightening. And guys, again, we in the alternative community, we have shunned these dirty players like Elizondo. And I wish Dark Journalist and Walter Bosley, particularly Dark Journalist, I wish he would shun other dirty CIA players that I've shown, guys, and I will do it in future videos again, to show you guys what we really should be talking about and how we're being lied and hoodwinked. And the governments, the defense contractors, they put out these CIA puppets, guys. Okay? The CIA does, basically. All right? Now, Elizondo, what he fails to tell you, my friends, is that very few congressmen, senators, this is so important, guys, and very few high-level government and even military officials know what the hell is going on when it comes to military UFOs, because they're not read into the programs. Right, guys? No, they're not. Sure, Senator Warren, I forget his first name, the occasional senator knows a little bit about these programs, but they're not read into the programs. They're not going to know, very much of really what's going on. And most are totally left out of the dark, guys, okay? It's so compartmentalized. We know it, right, guys? Anybody with reason, logic, common sense, and I've talked about the secrecy levels and how it works, guys, and we're going to do future videos on it. But it's very compartmentalized, very closely contained material. And here he is talking about collecting data. Well, remember his story, as I said in the last video, guys, and Dark Journalist knows this too. Elizondo, we're supposed to believe that, well, he was this disgruntled employee, right? Because he just couldn't get the information. He was disgruntled because the government wasn't being more forthright about UFOs. What a bunch of bullshit. Excuse my language, guys. That is an absolute outrageous deception and lie, my friends. Even Walter Bosley laughed, I noticed in one of his interviews, knowing, this was part of Elizondo's story about being disgruntled. He could care less, right? He's not telling us any truth. He doesn't talk about the missing trillions. He doesn't talk about the defense contractors. He doesn't talk about the massive, real secret space program that we have, my friends. I'm coming back, guys, right here. Things like the TR-3B. This idiot doesn't talk about the trillions of dollars of hardware we got flying around all over our skies, all over space, deep in space. I've shown you guys the massive cigar-shaped craft that are all the way in the rings of Saturn, my friends. This is why I'm raising my voice. It's just hard not to get exasperated. Sorry, guys, I'll try to calm down. This is staffed, I told you guys, and shown you by U.S. naval officers. There's no doubt about it. And these have been measured at least 3 miles in length, guys. Okay? I told you before, remember the disinformation in this field is off the charts, unfortunately, my friends, but we can see right through it if you know what to look for, guys. And if we just coalesce our ideas and thinking, and let's have intelligent discourse on these all-important issues, guys. The most important subject of our time and issues of our times, guys, because these are free energy generation propulsion systems in all these military UFOs. Absolutely, guys. And it will get us off centralized utilities, get us off stinky oil, gas, and coal, the systems in these crafts, guys. There's no doubt about it. And the U.S. know it. So does Russia and China. And they've got military UFO flying programs too, guys. It's trans-international. All right? They're all over our solar system. Covert military civilizations. Elizondo, my friends, I hope you guys agree with me. Elizondo will absolutely know that we have covert military civilizations. Again, buried within the military-industrial complex, the defense contractors and CIA guys, right? Do you agree with me? Absolutely. I've studied this, guys. I hope you do agree with me, man. So let's carry on, guys. Sorry, I gotta laugh, my friends, almost, because I can see right through this. I hope you guys see it through as well, guys. We just got to cut through the misdirection, lies, and orchestrated strategic distractions. We can see and know the truth, my friends. And you get very little truth from this fat-faced Loue Elizondo. That's right. They call him Loue Elizondo, I noticed in a Las Vegas interview. You know, Vegas, they don't like to be very formal out there in sinful Las Vegas. So they just called it on the title Lou as his first name. So we'll call him Loue Elizondo from now on, all right? So let's carry on, my friends. Thanks for listening. Here we go. Pentagon is investigating the existence of aliens. So they're saying this is an alien, possibly. Are you kidding me? You see the distortion of reality, guys? So crazy.
Built to hold things that were found. What can you tell me? What can you tell me about?
Do you like his goatee, guys? My goatee's a lot better than sexier looking than his, isn't it?
Your viewers.
Look at it, it's all dyed, isn't it?
I still
love making fun of Elizondo. He deserves to be made fun of right now, guys. What he's doing. Oh, he can't talk about certain things.
With the U.S. government, you're going to have to visit some of these questions with the U.S. government directly. But
guys, I got to pause it there. Catch him again, my friends, in his outrageous, ridiculous proclamation pronouncements, right? So it's like what even Dark Journalists knew this too. When he was the front man for the TTSA, To the Stars Academy, and still is, guys. Remember with Tom DeLonge, Lockheed Martin, just a CIA, Lockheed Martin, marketing merchandise scheme, guys. It's another financial fleecing, largely a scam on the public. And we got to see through it, my friends. Well, the journalists didn't even ask him any hard questions, apparently, after, you know, the presentations. And any questions they did ask, you know, often if it's any hard question at all, this guy, and he'll do it on corporate media, as you just saw, he says, well, he uses national security as an excuse, guys, right? He's retired, man. If you do have an oath that you still got to keep for 30 years or whatever on certain secrets, right? Well, don't go on corporate media then. Don't talk about military UFOs if you refuse to talk about the important issues. And surely he should be able to talk about, I know he could talk about the black budget without getting legal problems. I mean, doesn't this guy want to be transparent? And he wants to help humanity, right? He was the disgruntled employee, wants to be forthright about UFOs. And now he's making the excuse, I mean, for national security or security oaths, right? It's all bullshit, guys, right? This guy is he's a CIA puppet. There's no doubt about it. I mean, I hope you guys agree. I mean, it's so obvious.
Since 2008, we collected a lot of information.
Oh, yeah. Lots of information.
Included signature data from radar.
So what? This has been going on for decades, man. Decades they've been collecting data. What's new? I mean, it's nothing new, guys. He's trying to make it seem like this is new, man.
Identify if we could a signature, basically
signature.
Something that gave us a common picture of what we were looking at. And in many cases, we weren't able to find what that was. So it didn't match any signature of an aircraft or a drone or a missile or anything else from a DoD or Department of Defense perspective that we would normally be looking for.
I want my control room to put that video up again of the F-18s off of San Diego that had
It's kind of an interesting video, isn't it, guys? But again, what Elizondo is not telling you, my friends, and my friends, while I'm talking or after this video, why don't you hit the church bell too, by the way, so you can be notified for my future videos. Just a reminder, guys. I said in the last video, I believe, my friends, Loue Elizondo should absolutely be talking about the 1950s research, the Epic Human Project that I've talked extensively about, my friends. The Epic Human Project in researching, developing, and testing, ultimately, military UFO. I mean, here's they were showing a lot of the testing going on in the 1950s right in this book, my friends, which I knew a lot about even beforehand, but the book did a pretty good job. This is real reality, guys. They made the gravity breakthrough. It shows you in the 1950s. I show you even more clearly by 2 newspaper articles that I quoted, memorized, and described to you guys in my videos. Maybe if we got time, I'll tell you one of them again. So let's continue on here, my friends. Thanks for listening.
Something that they say looked like a tic-tac, a big flying
tic-tac.
Part of what you learn.
Why don't they show you the, better coverage than this, like a flying saucer? No, it's just the way they distort reality to the public again.
Operated at great speed, unusual shapes, no obvious method of propulsion.
No kidding. They're manipulating electromagnetism, gravity. I quoted the newspaper articles in 1955, guys, saying they wouldn't have to depend on air for lift. I mean, come on.
Yes, that's correct. What it simply means is that we don't know what it is. It doesn't match any.
Oh my God!
Of any known air.
It just goes on and on. Just nonsense, guys. We don't know what it is. He's not being transparent. He's not being truthful, guys. He knows what it is. These are military UFOs, very compartmentalized, as I said, guys. And Lockheed Martin, of all the defense contractors, as I've always said, guys, Lockheed Martin have a huge monopoly on a lot of these projects. Don't ever forget that. Michael Schratt knows it too, guys. Yes, Boeing, Northrop Grumman, Raytheon, they're doing very highly classified projects as well, and even sometimes military UFOs. But Lockheed Martin are the head of the game, my friends. They're controlling all the data in the U.S. federal government, and Elizondo will know that too, guys, working, formerly for the CIA. He has to, guys. I mean, come on. He's going to know a lot of this information, but he's not telling you. He's not sharing with us the real fact that we can know what this is, man. We can know at least that it's part of the military. You don't need an ET explanation. Here's corporate Fox News with Pentagon is investigating the existence of aliens? What? I mean, guys, this has got nothing to do with aliens. As I always say, let us astronomers and cosmologists, people with noble intentions trying to find aliens and extraterrestrial life for us, let them do their job. But we have to define these trillions of dollars of hardware, guys, that it's military UFOs, right? For numerous reasons. It cuts out the uncertainty, as I always say, of who's piloting them. And then we can start to call out the defense contractors, guys, right? And know real reality in what they're doing. Because if you don't use the term military UFOs, do you agree with me, guys? Then you're just giving the defense contractors basically a pass. Because you don't look at the defense contractors if you just say, well, it's a UFO, unidentified flying object. No, it's military unidentified flying objects. Right, guys? The black budget, amazing exotic, free energy technology, guys. UFOs, man. I mean, come on. It's so obvious. Oh, I get so exasperated. Sorry, guys. It's just
that we have. And,
I'll take a deep breath.
I think that others might have as well. So the bottom line is we don't really know.
We
what
just
it is,
don't know.
And operating in a fashion that
we just don't know what they are. Oh,
characteristic of anything that we have seen flying before.
Give me a
What
break.
keeps you up at night? What did you leave?
I like that question. What keeps you up at night, Lou? What keeps you up?
What's the question?
Hopefully he'll tell us it's the trillions of dollars stolen out of U.S. taxpayers' pockets.
The inability for me to be able to inform my boss, the secretary.
Oh, his boss,
some of
secretary.
the specific findings
Couldn't
that
inform
we
him.
were coming across.
Oh,
I think
he's such a good man, Loue Elizondo. Aren't you,
Secretary
Lou?
Madison is an amazing
You're
human
just a
being.
saint.
Frankly,
Well, you're an amazing human being too,
hero.
Lou. No, you're not. Not for what you're doing now.
For in combat theater. So.
Oh, please. Guys, what Lou fails to tell you, of course, dark journalist knows this, right? Who was Elizondo's boss back in the day, too? It was John Brennan, the drone king, right? Elizondo was his errand boy, man. You know, John Brennan killing innocent people at times with drones, you know, with the U.S. government dropping drones all over the place, you know, supposedly going after evil terrorists, and they kill a lot of innocent victims as well. And that's why countries are, you know, very angry with the Empire of the United States often, knowing that they're bullies. Anyway, just wanted to point that out, guys, as part of Elizondo's career.
And I think he is a man who rather have more information, not less.
Well, give us more information, Elizondo. Start being truthful on what the hell these UFOs are, man.
What we were saying.
And tell us that the Navy's spearheading, by the way, the real secret space program, largely.
That
Moron.
aliens have been to Earth. Or
Aliens. Oh, here we go about aliens. Wasted conversation, because we don't need to be talking about aliens. Not with these two morons.
Precisely that reason.
He's not a moron, the interviewer, sorry. This guy.
Out of the calculus of what we were looking at. The two principal things that we were trying to identify is, one, what is it? And
what is it?
Two, how does it work? And
then here we go.
By answering those questions, we would be able to ascertain later on, or perhaps, you know.
I know I'm talking over the part of the interview at times, guys, but
behind the wheel and
I'll
what
pause
the
it.
intentions might or might not be.
It's just nonsense, guys. Right? We're getting very little truth. I want to show you this again, guys. Excuse me. Again, my friends, the answers are in the 1950s. Real history. That's what I meant to say, guys. Real history. We made the gravity breakthrough, guys. The Americans, with those hardcore Nazi, brilliant German scientists, and of course, we in Canada, in my powerful country, Canada, we got military UFO flying programs too, working with, you know, Americans as well. Guys, real history shows you without a doubt we made the gravity breakthrough. And Loue Elizondo, unless he's a complete moron, he's got to know about the history, and he's got to know that for decades now we've had military UFOs. He will know, my friends. I mean, come on. And he will have been briefed on it. I mean, it's just despicable what he's doing, guys, right? They're rebuking our power and sovereignty, that being the CIA, the guys behind the curtains that put him out. And Elizondo's doing a disservice for us, my friends. He's trying to make you think that he's doing a service for his country and for us. Well, maybe he did a service, you know, good service for his country when he fought wars in Canada and stuff. I can respect him as a, you know, doing his job per se as a military, you know, combatant there in wars in Canada and wherever else he was, maybe in the Middle East. But guys, now that he's retired, that's why I say I believe he's selling his soul. In my opinion, my friends, he's acting like an idiot. Elizondo, I'm calling you out, dude. You are a CIA puppet. We can know you are. You're hired as a CIA contractor, most likely. It's quite obvious. And yet, you are choosing to sell your soul and deceive and lie to the public, Elizondo, because you're agreeing apparently with the CIA and them having you put out all this disinformation and lies. No truth on UFOs. You haven't told us that Lockheed Martin have a huge monopoly on these projects, that they're military UFOs, again, buried within the defense contractors. You haven't even mentioned one peep on the missing trillions and all the fraud, waste, abuse, mismanagement of spending. I did a whole series, guys, on the missing trillions, and we know his CIA have endangered millions of people worldwide, in other words, just from the financial harvesting of our planet alone, guys. Not to mention they've killed many innocent people, elements of the CIA, NSA, NRO, and the defense contractors, guys. Okay? We got to put things into perspective here, I believe, my friends, right? And it's like what Catherine Fitz says, and I totally agree with her, right, guys? And I hope this video shows a little bit of this too, my friends, of what Elizondo is spouting off and the things that he doesn't talk about. But that the U.S. leadership and government, they have lost the ability to deal with the difference and the divergence between reality and official reality, guys. Again, they can't tell the difference between reality and official reality anymore, right? They absolutely can't. It's so outrageous, and this certainly doesn't help, right? I mean, it's just crazy, guys. But we can know the truth. And the history's right there in the 1950s. We made the gravity breakthrough, guys. Actually, you know what? we're finished this interview, guys. That's it, because I mean, there's no real truth in the few seconds that's left of this interview. It's just crazy, and outrageous, as I said, right, guys? A lot of lies and nonsense. So, but here's the truth of the matter, my friends. I've got a newspaper article that we all should know if we want to get to the truth on this amazing issue, guys. And these topics are so fascinating, guys. It's going to revolutionize this world, right? It absolutely is. Let me just put Elizondo behind me so you can see his, excuse me, fat face a little bit longer. Know who I'm talking about. Those that might be just hopping onto my channel. Oh, he fell off. That's okay. As I was saying, guys, I'm having so much fun with you today. We're almost finished this video. But I just wanted to quote, guys, 1955. Remember? Amarillo Daily News. Vintage 1955, November 29th. And it even said, it said, spaceship marvel seen if science can outwit gravity. And went on to say, many in America's aircraft and electronic industries are excited about the possibility of using magnetic and gravitational fields as a medium for support for amazing flying vehicles, get this, guys, that will not have to depend on air for lift. That's exactly what he said to you earlier, guys, right? He said they don't have to depend on air for lift. They're already showing you guys in 1955, they're admitting that they basically made the gravity breakthrough. They're saying they're just about to. You know the military already did it covertly. That's reason, logic, common sense, guys, right? And we know the Americans, again, as part of history, guys, they worked with those brilliant German Nazi scientists, right? We know, if you look at history, guys, they were starting those UFO flying programs in 1947 in the United States. And it even started before that in Nazi Germany, guys. This is real history, right? And very important history to know. So it went on to say, too, guys, in the article, so spaceships won't have to depend on air for lift, and spaceships will be able to accelerate many thousands of miles an hour within seconds and suddenly changing course at these speeds without subjecting their passengers to the so-called G-forces from gravitational pull are also envisioned. That's exactly right, guys. And Elizondo has even talked about how they, in other interviews, of course, we all know through video evidence and eyewitness evidence that they're not going, there's no G-forces. That the performance of these amazing vehicles, in other words, would kill the pilots. That's been talked about time and time again in interviews, guys. So in 1955, they're already showing you with the amazing breakthroughs, the development, the testing of this technologies, that they did it, guys. They made the breakthrough, right? Amazing. Don't underestimate human brilliance, guys, I always say, right? We made the breakthroughs. So thank you so much for listening, my friends. I wanted to end it by quoting that primary sources of evidence. I also want to end this video by saying, my friends, we just might do some more videos to continue to shun this dirty, dirty CIA player, I believe, guys, and a CIA puppet in Loue Elizondo. Do better than this, man. Get off corporate media. Shut your mouth if you're going to just deceive and lie to the public like this. We deserve so much better, most of us, in this world and in the public, than what you're giving very, very little truth and instead a lot of lies. And guys, it's all, you know what's just as important? It's the things that he doesn't discuss, like I said earlier, right, guys, that are just as important, if not more important, than the things that he spouted off, right? He doesn't talk about the financial harvesting or a leverage buyout out of our planet, in other words, guys, right? He doesn't tell you about the 21 trillion missing since 1998, right? That I discussed thoroughly in my videos, that Catherine Austin Fitts discusses, right? She's been trying to bring transparency to the black budget for 15 years and has done a great job. You never hear a peep from Elizondo, guys, on the theft, waste, and fraud from the defense contractors. That's another reason why you know he's selling his soul, doing the wrong thing, and has chosen to continue to work for the CIA as a puppet and used for perception management to give plausible deniability to government, guys, and to distract and lie to you and deceive you. These are all my opinions, guys, but I think it's quite obvious, and hopefully you agree. Leave comments. Feel free, my friends, like I said, okay? So, and it's the other things he doesn't talk about either, guys. We could go on for days. He doesn't tell you a peep about the truth of the real secret space program, in other words, guys. Because once you make exoatmospheric vehicles military UFOs, we know they can swiftly move into space, right? He knows it too. So it allows for major off-planet investment. He will absolutely know that there's major covert investment and off-planet investment, covert production on our nearest celestial bodies. That means the far side of the moon and Mars, guys. Absolutely no doubt about it. And for decades, guys, and the evidence is overwhelming. But most people, unfortunately, still do not look at it. And we don't have near enough people talking about these all-important issues, guys. And we have to. And Elizondo knows, my friends, he absolutely knows, him and the CIA and the defense contractors, they know this technology, again, is trans-international, and they know in America it's caused enormous privileges. And that means in Great Britain as well. It's caused enormous privileges for small groups of people, guys. And he knows that privileges, and Catherine will tell you, is the most wasteful thing that you can have for economy. He's seeing it up close and personal, guys. He's CIA, man. Still, even though he's retired and choosing to sell his soul and tell you nonsense. He will know, guys, that privileges are the most wasteful thing that you can have for an economy, because it can literally shrink the wealth of the people with the privileges. It can be that destructive, guys, right? It'll shrink so much optimization within an economy that it can shrink the wealth of the people with the privileges. And it's just another reason why, my friends, we've got to break down the walls of this crazy, absurd elite secrecy. I hope you guys agree, okay? And even John F. Kennedy, he knew the secrecy was out of control. Remember the late, great John F. Kennedy, my friends? He said that famous line, secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. Right, guys? It absolutely is. Too much secrecy breeds corruption, and we see it time and time again, my friends. In these unacknowledged special access projects, he will know a lot about the special unacknowledged access projects. It starts in these dark projects, my friends, and they create military UFO flying programs. And guess what? Elizondo knows a lot about the slavery, I'm sure, that is also going on, guys. And this technology, unfortunately, promotes a lot of these unethical groups to have slavery. I mean, and we see it in our society here, even on our earth, guys, right? Slavery's never been more prevalent, unfortunately, my friends. This is why I'm trying to fight for the freedom of humanity, guys. And with you, we can do it, my friends. We absolutely can. We have to. Especially if we want to grow a culture and society, as I always say, to sustain ethical leadership, guys, right? And we've got to shun the CIA dirty players if we want to sustain ethical leadership. We're not getting ethical leadership from this idiot, okay? In my opinion, I don't think so at all. We can do so much better, my friends, and we have to, okay? Thank you so much for listening, my friends. I hope you subscribe. I hope you enjoyed at least most of this video today. I guess you could say this was my rant. I seem to rant when it comes to Loue Elizondo. I keep calling him Louise. I should do what, like, again, the Las Vegas title said, Loue Elizondo. Oh, my God. My friends, again, Lou could do so much better, my friends. I wish he'd stop his nonsense, but we're going to expose this guy some more. And I'm sure dark journalists are still talking about Lou on occasion. Anyway, thank you so much, guys. I hope you give me a thumbs up. Feel free to leave comments. Let's take this channel, like I said, to the next level. I want to help educate and entertain people as much as I can, guys. And I'm digging in. I'm a hardcore researcher, and I'm digging in for the truth, my friends. We need transparency and more truth. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye.